the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 31. Even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with a sword. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 140 or 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with another lesson. And it's going to be in regards to recent news, because as you know, things are popping off very, very rapidly, man. All right, prophecy is happening right in front of our eyes, man, and it's just exciting. All right, you know, we're entering into the time known as Jacob's trouble, as spoken of in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. All right, verse 6 on down. And I might get that as well, just to edify those who are new to the truth. All right, we're coming to a time like none other, a time in which these devils, or the Edomites, the so-called white man, is gonna, you know, come down upon society with great wrath, man. All right, that includes unrighteous decrees, all right, laws and legislation that are gonna afflict the people very heavily. All right, we're gonna see more violence being carried out, man, by the powers that be, because it's all prophesied to happen, man. But in particular, I want to go in on this verse right here, because this is what came to mind when I saw this recent news that brothers are talking about now. Everybody's talking about this. All right. And let's just get into it, man, because the modern day sword is the what? The gun, man. All right. There are going to be people who are searching houses with the modern day sword, man. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So peep this. All right. Fair use, fair use. All right. This is from the Mirror website, and it shows you right here, man, this headline. It says, quote unquote, disturbing JD Vance ICE door-to-door comments compared to 1930s Germany after horror shooting. So as you know, the situation that just transpired, you know, was taking out Salaki. Hold on one second. This damn demon. Hold on. I'm here doing the lesson in the car, and this fucking demon almost hits my car, man. Can't make this up. So anyway, let's get into it. All right. So as you know, the incident that took place in Minneapolis, you know, is big news. All right. Everybody is talking about it. There's protests going on in multiple different states here in the U.S. due to this incident, man, which one of these 2 dykes was shot in the face, you know, by a ICE agent. And now everybody's in uproar, man. But let's continue on. Let's read a little bit of this article right here. Okay. All right. So let's read some of this. It says, Vice President J.D. Vance has advocated for ramping up ICE deportations with door-to-door operations as tensions over immigration enforcement intensify following the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Okay. So they're talking about ramping up law enforcement due to these people who are against the ICE, you know, movement and whatnot, man. It says the debate over U.S. immigration enforcement has heated up in the wake of J.D. Vance's recent comments advocating for door-to-door ICE checks. All right. With one social media user comparing the measure to 1930s Germany. Now, if you understand what they're talking about here, 1930s Germany, you know, pre-World War II, right? That's talking about, you know, how they had the secret police, man, known as the Gestapo, all right, going around door to door, you know what I'm saying, searching for individuals, man, you know. Matter of fact, let's get into it real quick. Let's pull up a clip pretty much explaining the Gestapo from the 1930s before we continue on.
How did the Gestapo instill fear in Nazi Germany? The secret state police arrested and tortured anyone suspected of anti-Nazi sentiments. Their methods created an atmosphere of fear and allowed them to suppress opposition with ruthless efficiency. The Gestapo had the authority to operate outside of the law and often used informants to track down dissenters. How did the Gestapo...
Did you know 1933 the Nazis set up a secret police led by Heinrich Himmler known as the Gestapo? Over the years, the Gestapo would become feared by all citizens to ensure they remained loyal to Hitler. You see, the Gestapo relied on ordinary citizens to spy on each other. Anyone could be part of the Gestapo, which led to people being afraid to speak openly. Neighbours, close friends, family, anyone could have been part of the Gestapo ready to report any behaviour which was negative about Hitler or the Nazis. Anything from jokes about Hitler could have been seen as treason. The Gestapo would arrest people in the middle of the night where they would vanish suddenly, being sent to concentration camps. People were afraid to speak against the Gestapo as this too could lead to them being arrested. The fear of the Gestapo led to neighbours turning on neighbours, friends turning on friends, and fear deterred people from protesting against the Nazis, ensuring their control over the people. Did you know
So there you go, man. Alright, so there's a brief explanation on, the Gestapo of 1930s Germany, right? Well, they're, liking this current Trump administration unto that, man. Alright, using ICE. They're saying that ICE is pretty much the modern day U.S. Gestapo, man. Alright, and that's what it's looking like, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about going door to door just like the Gestapo, man. Alright, they operated outside of the law. All right, and they instill fear in the citizens, man. Those who opposed the powers that be. All right, and they're already, making laws and putting them in place to, arrest those who speak out against the current administration and things that they're doing. They're gonna label you as a domestic T to the errorist. You know what I'm talking about? See, we got to speak it, in a certain way because we know that they're watching our videos, man. And they're going to, eventually bring us up on charges because we're speaking the truth. All right. And this current situation, this current administration is trying to crack down on those who are speaking the truth. They're going to demonize those who are speaking the truth, especially those who believe in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You better believe they're finna come after who? The prophets and those who watch the prophets, man. All right. You see what I'm saying? And even you regular Israelites, man. All right. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. They're getting ready to come after us, man. All right. And they're already doing it, man. They're already, grabbing up the Northern Kingdom. All right. The so-called Latinos. All right. This whole ICE situation going on, man. That's them coming down with great wrath, man. It's going to intensify. All right, they talking about going door to door. All right, let's get into it, man. Just want to give you that brief history on the Gestapo of the 1930s. All right, let's read a little bit more of this article. We'll get the precepts, of course. All right, but it says here, Vance's statements were made public after an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday, sparking citywide protests. Vance joined Jesse Waters' show as the conversation shifted to the administration's plans to boost ICE recruitment and expedite deportations, with Trump branded a disgrace to humanity after his comment about the dead Minnesota mother, Salakia. All right. Federal officers have claimed that the woman identified as Renee Nicole Good tried to run over immigration officers with her car, and that may or may not be true. We don't know. All right. A claim disputed by the mayor of Minneapolis, who accused the involved agent of acting recklessly. All right. It comes after an ICE agent's cam footage exposed the truth and revealed Good's final 8 words before she was shot in the face. They shot this dyke in the face, man. All right. She was a rainbow flag, you know what I'm saying? Community person, you know what I'm talking about. All right. It says she had a wife. All right. A woman can't have a wife. That's abomination. And really, honestly, it's judgment being carried out. But continuing on, it says, all right, ICE face wide protests and debate. The incident has sparked widespread protests and intense debate over the officer's actions. Waters asked Vance, if you get the immigrants that came here illegally, that will bring prices down. Are you getting these illegals out fast enough? To which Vance responded, we always want to get them out faster. These damn devils hate you tribes, man. right? These damn Edomites, they hate you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. I mean, how much more proof do you need? All right, they want to get rid of us, man. All right, illegal or legal. Okay, let's continue on. It says a lot of these ICE agents that we have hired in the past 6 months, they're not even done with training. So all the big investments we've made at border security. So a lot of these guys that are coming on, man, you know, these are just regular average Joes receiving firearms and badges and whatnot, and given the authority to come after you tribes, man. All right, this is crazy, man. All right, and he goes on to say, it says, what we've actually done is get 2.8 million illegal aliens out with all the really big issues we've been working on. That was just simple willpower with the president of the United States saying this is done. I think if we're to see those deportation numbers ramp up as we get more and more people online working for ICE, going from door to door, look, here it is, making sure if you're an illegal alien, you're going to have to get out of this country. And if you want to come back, apply through the proper channels. And we understand that, you know, a lot of these people who are being rounded up by ICE, you know, they're being treated very, very horribly, man. We've seen different videos where people are exposing the conditions of alligator Alcatraz. That was a big thing in the news in 2025. All right, a damn concentration camp surrounded by alligators in the swamplands of Florida. All right, feeding them food that was infested with maggots, and a lot of them were disappearing mysteriously. This is what time we're in, man. This ain't no joke, man. We're in the last days. These devils are finna come down with great wrath, man. They've already started. It says one ex-user vocally opposed Vance's door-to-door reference, comparing it to 1930s Germany in a scathing criticism. They wrote, door-to-door, the Fourth Amendment still exists. This is starting to look disturbingly like the Germany in the 1930s. So somebody else mentioned that. And really the elder apostle Babar, he said this, man, from time to time. That, you know, ICE is Trump's personal Gestapo. All right? That's exactly what it's looking like, man. The Department of Homeland Security announced on Saturday that over 12,000 new officers have been brought on board at ICE as part of an expanded recruitment initiative. So they're picking up all these, racist ass average Joe Edomites off the streets, giving them guns and badges and authority to kick your door in, man, or to quote unquote question you, to, you know, inquire of your legal status. All right. You see? So, you know, that's the point, man. You can read the article for yourself, but let's get these precepts out real quick. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna read this one more time, man. 2nd Ezra 16:31. Right, the Bible is on point, man. It says, even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. All right. And that's what they're talking about doing right now. Searching houses with the sword, man. They're military. All right. The modern day sword is the what? The firearm, man. And that's what these ICE agents are strapped with. All right. All they got to say is you try to resist, or you made the wrong move, and that's why they shot your ass. Look, look, man. They're given immunity from the government, all right, to murder. Well, I'm gonna say it this way: they've been given immunity by the powers that be to carry out lethal force, man, on citizens. Understand that. All right, biblical prophecy. So here we have the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. All right, and you should know this, man. If you've been watching the videos for a while now, you should know this right here, man. Revelation 12 and verse 12. We're living in this time, man. All right. And it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Wow, Lord, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's right. These devils know their time is almost up. They're coming to the end of their kingdom. All right. Many have woken up to the fact that they are, the wicked of the Bible. All right. A lot of people have come to the understanding that these are the Edomites, all right, described in the scriptures. And now they're going to have to come down with great wrath, man. They've been exposed. The deception is no longer working. So their only answer is to come down with the sword, man. All right. Which is the blessing of Esau, man. You know, according to Genesis. All right. The book of Genesis, I believe, the 27th chapter goes into Esau's blessing, which is the sword, man. The power to kill, right? Carnal weaponry. That's his blessing. They excel in that. So they have to use it, man. All right. But it's not gonna, stop the elect from receiving the victory, man. Lord willing, we're of the elect, chosen of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. All right. But they're gonna get a lot of our people who are on the wrong side of judgment. You know what I'm saying? You Israelites who have not repented and came back to Yahweh Shemiah Shai, you rejected this truth. You mocked, you scoffed, you laughed at the prophets. Hey, man, these devils are coming for you. Understand that. All right, and it's the Lord that's sending them. Understand the Lord is in control of all things, even Esau. So yeah, man, this devil knows he has a short time. So we finna do what? Come down with great wrath, and blood will be in the streets. It's gonna be crazy out here, man. We ain't seen nothing yet. And I actually want to read the previous verse right here, verse 11. Let's get that real quick. All right, Revelation 12:11. It says, "And they are the elect, overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, or Yahweh Shai, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death." And that's the mindset that the elect have to take on, man. All right, we taking on the mindset of not loving our lives here in this society. This is not real life, as it tells you in Colossians, the 3rd chapter. Our life is going to really begin when Yahweh Shai returns, man, because we're not living right now. We're in captivity, all right, subject to payments, living underneath these goddamn devils, man, and these heathen. We're not able to really enjoy our families, enjoy real food, breathe clean air, none of that shit, man. We're not really living, man. All right? So we don't love our lives here. We're not engulfed with the cares of this life and, the different endeavors of this current society. Like the majority of our people, man. They got 20-year plans. All right, here it is, 2026. They talking about New Year's resolutions and shit like they do every damn year. All right? Talking about they're going to get to the bag in 2026, all this bullshit, man. Because they want to continue on here, man. We're looking past this place. We're looking forward to the kingdom of heaven in which righteousness will be established by Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Bashmiah Shai and 144,000, man, of the nation of Israel. You see? And the rest of the Israelites that come after, you know what I'm saying? So we're not loving our lives here, man. Let these motherfuckers come down with great wrath so the Lord can confound them, because that's what's written. Because when they come after the elect, it's going to be made known who the chosen are, man. When that standard is lifted. All right, let's get into Isaiah 59 verse 19. Here it is. All right, another scripture that you should know as an Israelite. That's serious, right? Isaiah 59 verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him." What is that talking about? It's talking about spiritual power being given unto the elect in the time in which Esau attacks his people, man. All right? You see, the elect are set aside by Yahweh Shemiah Shai, and they're, of the nation of Israel. There's no elect heathen out here, man. Understand that. This is talking about the chosen of the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. All right? The Lord willing, we're of that number. Because when Esau comes in with his Gestapo and, his military force, and even the foreign troops, when they send them, all right, they could possibly send, foreign troops in on you citizens. All right? When that happens, when they come after the elect, something's going to happen, man. Spiritual power. Miracles will take place. The Lord might even send angels on our behalf to get at these devils, man, when they try to murder us. Because we've been doing nothing wrong, man. We've been doing what the Lord commanded us to do, and that's preach his word, man. To preach righteousness and truth in the earth. And these devils are opposed to it, man, because they're the wicked. All right? And the wicked don't succeed. All right? When they come after us, the Lord gonna do something, and that's what we're expecting, because it's written. It's right here. That standard will be lifted in that time. And brothers have had dreams on this. I have had dreams on this, man. When I'll just speak on it real quick, real briefly. About a few years ago, I had a dream in which You know, it was military forces that were coming to my door. All right. It was like a whole battalion of, you know, troops or whatever. All right. Armored vehicles, you know what I'm saying? Rifles and everything, man. And they came to my door and they were outside. And, you know, I opened the door and I stepped outside. And as I did that, you know, in the dream, lightning came down from the heavens and struck them. And that also reminds me of spiritual power documented in the scriptures, in which Elijah the prophet, all right, called down fire from heaven on his enemies, man, on enemy combatants, not once but twice, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that so you can read about it real quick. Hold on a second, man. You see, we got to read these examples in the scriptures, man, for our learning, man. We have a power that, you know, reacts on our behalf, man, to all of our enemies. You see, his name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. And great power is going to be exhibited in these last days, man. We're in that time. But let's get that account real quick where Elijah, the prophet, called down fire from heaven on the enemies that were trying to apprehend him and unalive him. All right, so this is one of my favorite accounts right here, man. Let's get into it. This is 2 Kings chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab." All right, so wicked King Ahab, you know, we had wicked kings, you know, in that time. All right. And Ahab was one of them. His wife was Jezebel. All right. She was a heathen, by the way. And Moab is, you know, a heathen nation. It's the so-called Chinese today. And they rebelled against us in that ancient time, right? After Ahab's death. Now, verse 2, it says, "And Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers and said unto them, Go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease." So let's get into it, man. Ahaziah, all right, he called upon idol god, man, the god of, you know, another nation. Okay. Matter of fact, let's pull it up in the Blue Letter Bible, man, because that's, you know, a huge offense. Here it is, you're an Israelite calling on another God, man. There's only one and only true living power. That's Yahweh Bashmi Shai. But you know, you had wicked men back then. All right, let's check it out. Let's go into the Blue Letter Bible real quick. All right, so here we have it pulled up in the Blue Letter Bible. All right, for further edification. All right, let's go to all right, Ahaziah. Okay, and his name means Yahweh holds or possesses. And here they say Jehovah. That's not the true name of the Heavenly Father. It's Yahweh. All right, it's not Yahoo. All right, it's Yahweh. All right, so you gotta be careful when you go into these, you know, different commentaries and whatnot. All right, ruler of Israel, son of Ahab. So there you go. He's the son of wicked King Ahab. Okay, let's jump back. Let's go down to Beelzebub, which is an idol of the heathen, and it says Beelzebub, Lord of the Fly. All right, a Philistine deity worshipped at Ekron. So the Philistines were Hamites, all right, heathen, and they worshiped that particular idol in Ekron, man. Okay, and that's why he said that, you know, you look back at the verse where he said, and he inquired of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, all right, to see if he's going to recover from his disease. He's inquiring of a false idol, man. Huge offense in the eyes of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Okay, so let's go to that word Ekron. All right, look, and it says immigration or torn up by the roots. That's what it means. Wow, that's heavy. And we're talking about immigration, man. ICE. That's wow. All right, so back in 2 Kings chapter 1, all right, verse 3, it says, "But the angel of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai said to Elijah the Tishbite," all right, he's an Israelite, all right, by the way, "Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say unto them, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel that ye go to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron?" So the Lord was pissed off that you know, Ahaziah was inquiring of an idol, man. The Lord tells us that we should have no gods before him. The gods of the nation are idols. All right, as it tells you in Psalms 96, verse 4 on down. Verse 4, it says, Now therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. And when the messengers turned back unto him, he said unto them, why are ye now turned back? And they said unto him, there came a man up to meet us, and said unto us, go, turn again unto the king that sent you, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, is it not because there is not a God in Israel that thou sendest to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. So Elijah told the messengers to go tell Ahaziah that he's not going to recover from that disease. And that message was from the true God, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Verse 7. And he said unto them, what manner of man was he which came up to meet you and told you these words? And they answered him, he was an hairy man, and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, it is Elijah the Tishbite. All right, so they were snitching on Elijah, man. Because, he's the one that gave the message from Yahweh. Verse 9. Then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50, and he went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of an hill, and he spake unto him, thou man of the Most High, the king hath said, come down. So the king sent, military to go get Elijah, man. You see, that's what was going on. Elijah was sitting on top of a hill when he saw the military coming after him, right? Verse 10, and Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, if I be a man of the Most High, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. Man, do you see this, man? Look, this is spiritual power being exhibited, man. The Lord intervening on behalf of a prophet, man. Not just any prophet, man. Elijah. You understand? You see? So the Lord allowed fire to come down from heaven to consume the enemy. Just me speaking as a man, I believe it could have been a chariot, man, that was hovering above, man, that sent down that fire. All right. But either way, divine intervention took place on behalf of the Lord's servant. All right. And it devoured those enemies. All right. Verse 11. Again, also, he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of the Most High, thus hath the king said, come down quickly. All right. So the Gestapo, so to speak, was, telling Elijah to come down, man. They were trying to apprehend him. So, another troop came after Elijah right after that. And Elijah answered and said unto them, if I be a man of the Most High, or Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And the fire of the Most High came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. Do you see that, man? Not once, but twice. The Lord intervened on behalf of Elijah, man, confirming his power. You see what I'm saying? It's the power that we serve, man. Esau can't hold a candle to that, man. When they come with great wrath, guess what? The Lord gonna step in, just like in times of old, man. And we're gonna witness divine intervention on a whole nother level. So we don't have to be afraid of Esau and his modern day Gestapo, man. Okay, let's read the next verse real quick. It says, and he sent again a captain of the third 50 and with his 50, and the third captain of 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and besought him and said unto him, O man of the Most High, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 thy servants be gracious in thy be precious in thy sight. So the third group of 50, all right, and their captain, all right, they came in a whole nother spirit. They were like, hold on, man, something's going on here. Hey, have mercy on us, Elijah. All right. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. And the name of the Lord was glorified, man. They understood that, hey, man, there's a power that fights on behalf of the Israelites, man, who are in good standing with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The same thing applies to us. All right. Romans 15 and verse 4. I mentioned it earlier. All right. And it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. That's right. This Bible was written for us in these last days, man. As Israelites that will wake up to the truth through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They're written for us to understand, including the accounts of spiritual power, man, and divine intervention. There's many accounts of this, man. All right, where the Lord sent angels to defend certain Israelites. All right, because the angels are real, man. They're all around us right now. All right, we just can't see them with these carnal eyes, man. They can make themselves appear. Sometimes they come in the form of men. All right, that's documented in the scriptures, man. So we get ready to see some things out here, man. All right, this truth is not no light thing. It's very, very vital to your salvation, man. This understanding of the scriptures, man, is very vital to you sincere, hopeful elect out here. All right, real quick, here's another short on YouTube going into this incident with the door-to-door situation.
It's going to go great when a bunch of masked, armed, barely trained officers with no de-escalation training and no impulse control descend in packs to homes in the most heavily armed country in the world with castle doctrine laws. Because if ICE is going to start going door to door, what are they going to do next? Start banging on our doors in the middle of the night, demanding to be let in, arbitrarily searching our personal belongings, looking for evidence of resistance activities, all under the guise of looking for illegals? And what do you think is going to happen now that J.D. Vance has said that ICE agents have absolute immunity? You know, I remember another political police force. They were big back in the 1930s and 40s over in Germany, I think, and they also were exempt from judicial review. And see, those officers thought that they would be exempt from prosecution at Nuremberg because they were just following orders. Kind of like when J.D. Vance says that they have absolute immunity because they're engaging in federal law enforcement activity. Nuremberg Part 2 is going to be crazy. The Vice President of the United States has essentially declared open season for ICE agents, and they will continue to flex their power and shoot people until there are legal repercussions. I'm sure it's going to go.
All right, so you heard that, man. People are waking up, man, and you know, even some of these Edomites, man, they're upset because they're going to be caught up in this as well, man. All those who have opinions and viewpoints outside of the New World Order, all right, or the image of the beast spoken of in Revelation 13, all right, because the image of the beast goes into the mindset and ideology that these devils want to push on the people, man. All right, they're going to have, you know, law enforcement come and apprehend certain individuals, man. All right, whether you're Edomite, another heathen, or, you know, especially us Israelites, man, they're in the truth. Okay, but we have protection, unlike these people, man. All right, so yeah.
Interesting news coming out right now. Let's dive in. My name is Salam Bhatti. I'm running for Congress in Virginia. Here's what you need to know. So the USA Today reports just this tonight. Immigration enforcement ramp-up has only just begun, according to Vice President Vance. So Americans should expect to see even more muscular immigration enforcement in the coming months. This is a report coming out after ICE killed an American. So they haven't changed anything. In fact, they are now projected to be going door to door, armed with personal data harvested by private contractors. This is an army that is expanding very quickly. They are already at 22,000 agents. The troubling thing for us Virginians is that the company that's building a 5,000 bed detention center in Texas is actually from Virginia, and it's actually headquartered in the district that I'm running. The Virginia-based organization is called Acquisition Logistics, and this was a company that was awarded the grant or awarded the contract. Initially, it was $230 million, and then later it was found out to be $1.2 billion. And of course, it all ties back to the One Big Beautiful Bill, which the president signed last year, and this provides $170 billion in immigration and border-related funding, and they have to spend this all within 4 years. So there's a lot of money being injected to fund the pay and the benefits for these 10,000 new ICE agents. So that's what's going on right now.
All right, so there you go. You heard it, man. They're putting a lot of money into this, man, because they know they got a short time left, man. So you Israelites thinking it's a joke, you thinking it's a game, all right? You're not listening to the prophets. You're going to be found caught up in these situations, man. They got all these damn detention centers everywhere, not just in, Florida. They're everywhere, man. These, off-grid black sites, you know what I'm saying? They got them ready to house you people, man, you citizens, to incarcerate you and ultimately try to make you comply with their New World Order, man, their beast system. And in a lot of these facilities, they could be bringing what? The RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. All right. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to be regulated and, punishable by death for those who reject it, man. This is all biblical prophecy, man. Revelation 13. All right. Revelation 20. And verse 4, if I'm not mistaken, talks about people being put to death for not complying with the powers that be. All right. So this is the time that we're in, man. Serious times, man. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up, but I want to bring this out, all right? In 2nd Ezra 16, jumping down to verse 67, all right? It says right here, behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. We're not to fear Esau, all right? We're not to fear these damn devils, man. All right? Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. That's a deal of a lifetime. The Lord said to you Israelites, repent, come out of the ways of the world, stop being wicked out here, seek the Lord, and I got you. All right, you're gonna have protection, divine protection from what's coming, because the Lord is the one that's orchestrating all this, man. This is judgment coming down upon the rebellious of our people, man. You see, Jacob's trouble, man. You Israelites, you see the Jacob who are still in that rebellious state, you in trouble, man. It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be horrible out here, man. The Lord finna get rid of men, women, and children in this time. All right. But the Lord said, man, if you repent and seek him, wholeheartedly, he's going to deliver you from all trouble. And we can expect to see deliverance carried out for those who are sincerely seeking the Lord, man. All right. And you women that are joined unto the men of the Lord, hey, the Lord got you too, man. All right. If you be the elect. All right, Isaiah 4:1 gonna come into play in a major way very soon. But anyway, let's continue on. Verse 68, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. This is talking about people being apprehended and detained. All right, you see what I'm saying? Those concentration camps, man, those detention centers. It's spoken of right here in the scriptures, man. That's why it says they shall take away certain of you, all right? Snatch you up in the middle of the night and haul you off to a, government site somewhere, man. All right? That's why it says, and feed you being idle, I-D-L-E, meaning stationary. That's talking about being locked up, all right? And it says, with things offered unto idols. Now, this goes into, things that are prohibited by our law, such as the RFID microchip. They might say, all right, we got you detained for speaking against the government, you know what I'm saying? But we need to make sure that you're an upstanding citizen, and we're going to offer you this RFID microchip. All right, goes in your hand, and that's going to be your identification. It's going to track your whereabouts to make sure that you're not doing anything illegal. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They're going to say, well, if you take this chip, all right, then we'll release you and your family, and that'll be your security here in this society. That'll be your pretty much stamp of approval. All right. And people are going to take that shit, man. All right. Because they don't have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Israelites that were playing around in this grace period, they're going to be scared out of their damn minds. And the only thing that's going to be on their mind is being quote unquote free again. And they're going to be willing to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, which is going to lead to their utter destruction. All right. Revelation 14:9 tells you the judgment of those who receive the mark of the beast in their hand or in their head. All right. You're going to suffer that second death, man, the lake of fire. All right. The Lord's going to judge them greatly. All right. Now, verse 69, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. That's right. You bow the knee to these damn devils. You take their mark. All right. Your ass is going to be destroyed, man. And you're going to realize that you made a grave mistake once it's, finished, man. Once the deed is done and that chip is inside of your body, you're going to realize, man, that, hey, you messed up and your salvation has been canceled out, man. Those who receive this chip, you Israelites, you will have no salvation. All right. When it comes to that lake of fire being ignited in the midst of World War III, you're not going to be taken up to be joined in the air with Yahweh Shai when he returns. All right. Just letting you know, because that's what's coming. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 70 says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai. All right. A great insurrection is coming, especially for those who adhere to this truth. All right, especially the prophets. All right, but we're not to fear them. We're not to fear Esau. Verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. They finna come down with great wrath. They're gonna be like madmen, sparing none. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, them killing certain citizens, man. That's just the beginning. All right, they've been given immunity by the powers that be to do whatever the fuck they want to, man. So what do you think that entails? That entails them coming after certain people and taking them out, man. Those who oppose the New World Order and the viewpoints of these elites, these wicked elites. All right? It's the time that we're in, man. We see it. The Bible prophesied of it, man. Verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. They're going to be pulling people out of their homes, man. Hence the door-to-door inquiries. All right, spoken of by J.D. Vance, man. The door-to-door ICE checks. All right, they're gonna be snatching people out their house, man. All right. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. It's gonna be a time of our, the trying of our faith. Okay, you see what I'm saying? The Lord gonna see who truly believes in Him in this time. All right, the Lord is gonna see who really has faith in Yahweh Shema Shai during this time right here, man. All right. It's going to be made known who are his chosen. Why? Because divine intervention will take place in that time, man. The elect are not going to fold. All right. When Esau comes down with great wrath, the elect are going to stand firm and rooted in the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai. And guess what? Miracles will happen. Understand that, man. So cast not away your confidence in Yahweh Shema Shai. Don't cast away your faith, man, when these things begin to happen, man, when the persecution begins to ramp up, because that's prophesied, man. We will be persecuted for righteousness' sake, in the namesake of Yahweh Shema Shai. But when they come down on us, guess what? Something gonna happen on our behalf, man, that they can't stop. Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. He tells us that the days of trouble are at hand, which we see clearly, but he also says that he will deliver us from the same. So expect deliverance from Yahweh Shema Shai in these times. We have the faith of the Lord in us, man, which is a gift that money can't buy. You see, because everybody hasn't been given a special gift of faith, all right, which is going to lead to our salvation. You see, as it tells you in Ephesians 2 and verse 8. And it's not of ourselves, man. It's a gift from Yahweh Shema Shai, spiritual gift, man. All right, that money can't buy, man. So, hey, we are truly blessed to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai in these last days, man. All right. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And that's right, man. All right. The Lord is guiding us throughout this whole process. We got to trust in the process. It's going to get rocky. It's going to get a little scary in the flesh. But that's when the spirit kicks in and we remember these scriptures, man. And we remember that Yahweh Bahashemi Shai is in total control. All right. And he's going to come and deliver his elect, man. All right. So, understand what's going on, man. Understand prophecies playing out as we speak. All right, these devils are mad, they're exposed, and they're finna come down with great wrath, man, because they know they have a short time left. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yahweh Shai is gonna come through and establish the kingdom in righteousness and cast these fucking heathen down to never rise again. That's what's at stake right now. So don't be afraid, be excited, and remember to always call on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, especially in times of trouble, man. So with that being said, man, I'm in this lesson right here. I ain't want to make this too long, man. But hey, it's going down, baby. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right. So I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh a Kwam Yasharala and a Bob Ball. Shalom to the elect. We win.